Good evening, campers, and welcome aboard the Starship Nightwish. I'm Commander Exorcist, and it is time for Talk O Tuesday. This is my weekly show where I pick a Galnet article and talk a little bit about what's happening in the greater Elite Dangerous galaxy. And wow, we have quite a bit to talk about today. Hello, everyone. I'm Commander Exorcist. Thank you for joining me for another Talk O Tuesday. We have a lot to cover. This might go a little bit longer than my normal shows because of all the stuff that's happening right now. So, the Galnet article we're going to talk about, I haven't read it extensively. I kind of skimmed over it. Is really builds on what I was talking about in a previous video with my Update 16 spoilers, talking about the Scythe and the revelation of the new Thargoid Hunter class vessel that is scooping up escape pods, like little, they call them thimpets, Thargoid limpets, that are shooting out of this thing and are capturing commanders in escape pods. What are they doing with them? Well, the first kind of talk about that was it's something we had known was happening, but we really had never seen it in action. So to get to see that in action was really terrifying. But exciting because it revealed to us a piece of elite lore that we'd never seen, we heard about, but now we know and we see it. And yeah, it's as scary as it sounds. But we're going to go through this article, and as we do, I'm going to talk about a couple of other things that have happened recently that are developing in the galaxy that if you're not involved, you may want to go check out because it's pretty exciting. Even for explorers and non-combat people, there's quite a bit to find out there. I think there really is some cool stuff out there that we just haven't had a chance to find. But today we're going to talk about alien abductions. That's right. We are going full UFO, lights on the ground, mutilated cows, and on all the other crazy stuff for alien abductions. And no, I'm not making this up. This is an actual Galnet article. This came out today. And so we had talked in a previous video about what do the Thargoids want with these commanders that they're taking. Well, we don't know. But it turns out that the collection of commanders from those cargo pods, from their escape pods, that's just the beginning. It gets much worse. We're going to read this, and we'll talk about it as we go along because it's been made official that millions of people are missing. Millions. That's with the capital M, okay? This is not like a team of 12 people that's just vanished. Entire colonies, entire countries, continents of people are missing. They've been abducted by the Thargoids. Alien abduction evidence increases. News feeds and ice casts have reacted to age's theory that the Thargoids have purposely captured tens of millions of living humans. They're alive. Why are they alive? What do the Thargoids want? Eyewitness testimonies provided by independent pilots have given credence to this theory. Citizens Chronicle featured the following account from an Imperial Auxiliary Commander, Luca Redondo. It was a sickening sight, watching Scythes hunt down survivors. A part of me wanted to start blasting the escape pods rather than let those poor people be eaten or experimented on, or whatever the hell the Thargoids want for them. If I'm in an escape pod and a Thargoid is trying to pick me up, shoot it. Just blow up the escape pod and better off. I don't want to know what they're doing. And I would like to know what they're doing, but I don't want to know firsthand. I don't want the firsthand experience kind of thing. There was nothing my squadron could do to save them, not without risking the refugees we were carrying. I don't think I'll be sleeping well for a long time. Man. What a tough decision to be in that kind of position, to have to sit and watch something horrific like that happen. Man, that's a tough commander. Many reporters have interviewed people still waiting to hear from those who once lived in Thargoid-occupied systems. Vox Galactica has published several such stories. We're going to go through a couple of stories here. These are eyewitness accounts showing or explaining like missing people and some of the things they've seen. So let's go through those. My ex-husband took our kids to visit his family last November, just before the maelstroms arrived. Their last message was so happy telling me their adventures and promising to call me tomorrow. But there was no tomorrow. Just static from the entire system. Every day since I've been contacting the refugee centers, repeating their names over and over. It's my whole life now. There's nothing else. You know, I think that that's an important moment. It's an important moment to remember that, you know, for all the commanders that are out there flying around and doing the AX stuff, and you know, what you're doing is valiant. It's important. It's saving lives, and you know, this right here is an independent example of the devastation that comes with a war like this. And so this is terrifying that they're just scooping people up for whatever reason. And they don't seem to be discriminating. It's military, civilian, whatever. They just take them all. Apparently to the Thargoids, the human population can't be divided. It's all just meat or whatever. But I got a theory about that we'll talk about in a minute. An editorial in the Federal Free Press called for greater pressure to be placed on Aegis and authorities. It's outrageous that this was kept out of the public domain for so long, with the Thargoids taking prisoners for months. They've been taking prisoners for a long time. They've been here a long time. We're just now learning about it. See, this is one of those things where it's kind of been spoken about, but it's never really been seen. And so what you have is this revelation that the legends of the Thargoids taking people and them never being seen again, it's true. And this is the proof. So, and then it, let's see here. Why was it suppressed by those in power? We owe it to the millions of people to do everything we can to rescue them. Absolutely. Absolutely, we do. It's done to prevent panic. Because if you go around telling everyone that the Thargoids are capturing humans, you're going to start a panic. Well, you're going to have two basic reactions. So you're going to start a panic. People are going to freak out because the Thargoids are coming to probe us. And that's where you get kind of your second reaction, memes and jokes. The Thargoids are coming to probe us. Just, you know, more of a comedic approach to it. So you've got, you're going to have panic and comedy. Comedy's okay. The panic is not something you really want. Here's the issue. Is there a team either at Azimuth or Aegis or the Empire or somebody? Is there somebody looking into this? Who's researching this? Because if nobody is actively pursuing the reason that the Thargoids are kidnapping millions of people, there's no reason to keep this secret. There's no reason to tell us now, because now you're going to have panic. And what progress has been made? I think, in my opinion, it's kind of like the military secrecy rule when you're developing like a secret technology. So there's a secrecy rule that a lot of people don't know, but when you're developing a secret technology like militaries throughout history, when you reveal a super secret military weapon, it's only revealed because they already have something to replace it. There's something available that already makes that particular item obsolete. So it's safe to show it and say, oh, it's kind of classified secret. Yeah, it is. But it's probably not the best you got. You probably got something else. Most likely they do. And so what I'm thinking is that with this, it wasn't made public because there were no answers to it. Or there weren't even legitimate theories. I mean, you know, what are they making? Mr. Beast burgers or something out of humanity? I don't think so. Which Space News and the Burr Pit, go watch their previous one this last week. Talks about some of these discoveries and goes through some of the ideas of what the Thargoids could be doing. Talking specifically about food, and you know, they're right. If the Thargoids wanted us for food, they would have just rolled through and started eating us early on. Something has changed, or they've reached a point in their plan of operation to be able to start capturing humans and using them for whatever plan they had. So something has changed in the Thargoid battle plan, or they've reached that point. My guess is they've reached the point where they can start utilizing humans for whatever nefarious purpose that they want to take them for. They didn't take them before because either they didn't have the resources or it wasn't the right time, but now is the right time, and they have the resources and they have the footing. They have a footing on humanity's doorstep. So, yeah. An alternative viewpoint was outlined by Timothy Culver, a prominent Xeno peace activist, on his IceCast channel. Humans have been capturing and experimenting on Thargoids since we first encountered them, so we certainly don't occupy a moral high ground. God, nobody cares. What's the obsession with the moral high ground? But I also believe that they are primarily seeking to understand us. Sure they are. They're going to slice you open and take your heart out. They want to understand your heart by looking at it, probably tasting it. I urge everyone to study Commander Rakowski's recent report, which proves that not every Thargoid vessel sees us as an enemy. I haven't been to the Rago system that was recently published, as supposedly there's like a peaceful Thargoid out there. I haven't seen video, I haven't seen pics, or it didn't happen. There's something going on in that system, but I don't know. The story sounds suspect to me. So either it's an alternative set of Thargoids or a complete fabrication by somebody looking for attention. Maybe he found something out there and kind of panicked and come up with a Thargoid encounter story to get people to come out there. I don't know, but that's just been kind of my view. So we have Thargoids that are capturing people, and this is very different. So something has changed in the Thargoid plan. I don't know what it is, and I can sit here and I can speculate, come up with ideas. Are they Mr. Beast burgers? Are they going to be? Somebody had said they were possibly using us as computers. There's some sci-fi precedent for abducting and dissecting humans and taking their brains to operate mechanical machinery. That's been done a couple of times, so who knows? Very Lovecraftian approach to this. So, like I said, nowhere is safe, and it's just curious, where are they? You're talking about tens of millions of people. Where are they? Where have they gone? Are they on the Titans? How can we detect them? What's going on? And another thing that I think with that is, what if the Titans are just the beginning? Like, what if we're missing something bigger? Yeah, Titans are cool, giant spaceships, maelstroms, woohoo. But they've taken tens of millions of people, and we don't know where they're at. We don't even have kind of a clue as to where they are. So, what's to say there's not something else out there? There's got to be something that maybe we're missing. I mean, we're missing tens of millions of people. That's one thing. So, yeah. Really, really weird, creepy stuff. Hey, watch your backs out there, because seriously, the Thargoids are scooping people up, like putting a shovel into an ant pile and just picking people up. And they're taking them alive, which is really scary. It's the Xeno peace advocate, the Timothy Culver guy. Moral high ground is relative. There are people that were heroes in history that are not heroes today, just because people's perspectives change over time. So chasing the current moral high ground is a waste of time. We want to do what's right, but sitting around and trying to pat ourselves on the back or use this as an opportunity to rag on humanity, that is a waste of time. You're not going to win anything. We're at war. Either get in line or get out of the way. Explorers are there too. Explorers are doing all kinds of great stuff to support the war effort, turning in biological research and mapping the stars, because the explorers, in my opinion, there's a lot of people that say, well, I'm an explorer, I'm not involved in the combat. No, you're not involved in the combat, but you're involved in the war. You know how explorers today are involved in the war? By exploring the galaxy, showing the Thargoids that you can come in, cause chaos, but you're not going to destroy the human spirit. We're still going to keep exploring. I mean, granted, it's kind of weird to be exploring with your house burning down, but hey, that's what we do. That's who we are. And so I just want to throw that out there. Don't be discouraged. If you're not involved in the war, that's fine. I'm not either. I go and I look at it every now and then, but for the most part, I'm on the Night Wish, exploring about 26,000 light years away from all this madness. And the stars are beautiful at night because it's nighttime everywhere. And so, carry on the human spirit of exploration and discovery, even in the face of destruction, because that's what we're made of. That's what we are. That's who we are. We're always seeking the next best thing, the next unknown. This show and everything on this channel, everything I do, brought to you by these people, the disciples. Thank you for your continued support. If you would like to support this channel and all of my work on social media, patreon.com/Commander Exorcist. I would love to have you on board. I try to get some special videos, things that don't end up here on the main channel, up as much as possible, and opportunities for other things for the members. So if you'd like to, there's the link. And that is all, but it's a lot. Went a little bit longer than normal, but there's just a lot to say. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the galaxy. So get out there and check it out. There's new Thargoid sites, and there's some kind of Guardian discovery out there as well. So, and if you're an explorer, keep exploring, doing what you do, because that contributes as well. It's all about humanity doing what we do, continuing to survive, even in the face of just insanity and possibly being turned into a hamburger. Watch your backs out there, Commanders. Fly safe, and I'll see you out there. Good night.